Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Saxe. Today is August the 29th, 2021. I invite you to relax with us for our opening prayer. Mother, Father, God, knower of all things, together we rise. So in this moment, let's let go of any thoughts that we brought in, our busy thoughts, any concerns, and just breathe in that breath of God, that fresh, clean breath, and breathe out all those things up until this moment so that we can be here now. We asked of ourselves that we lift beyond the energies of earth, all our concerns in this time. We lift beyond that in areas of absolute truth. The things most needed by our souls in this time will be heard, will be felt, will be understood, so that we may use them as we walk forth in our daily lives. Thank you, God. And also in this moment, let's focus and ask of yourself, what do you really want in this time? Is it more peace, prosperity, joy, laughter, connection, family? What is it, your heart's desire at this moment? Allow yourselves to have the courage to look at it for a moment. Just feel into that. Don't have to answer it at this moment. As far as solutions, let's just have the courage to look at it. What do you want? Are you feeling lack in any area? And we will affirm that we have all we need as we move forward. But let's just be aware. And we'll center further with our centering prayer, our song.
Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and together, let's bless all the little babies and beautiful little children of this world. Children of light, We see you guided and directed by an inward spirit that leads you into the path that is right for you. We see you strong and whole. We see you blessed and prospered. We see you courageous and confident. We see you as the spiritually perfect beings you truly are, children of light. We bless you. And today's inspirational moment is from Unity's daily word. And the word is goodness. Today, I realize that I come into my good through spiritual growth and understanding. Through prayer, I discover that the good I desire is within me. Thank you. I now exert as much vigor and energy in claiming my good as perhaps I once did in thinking of myself as sick, unhappy, or separated from my good. The same power works both ways. Today, I use the power of God within me in constructive ways only. I think of myself as healthy, happy, youthful, radiant, joyous, peaceful, successful, prosperous, and free. I speak constructive words that are filled with living power. Through the power of the word spoken in prayer, I attune myself to all that is right and good. I feel the Father's benediction upon me as I live in harmony with the goodness and beauty of life. Today, I claim the good that God has prepared for me. So if you guys will repeat with me, please, 3 times. This is our affirmation. Today and every day, I claim only good. Today and every day, I claim only good. Today and every day, I claim only good. Thank you.
Thank you. I went down, way, way down, lost my sight, and I almost lost the fight. Oh, so weary, my broken heart. I tried so hard not to fall apart. La la la, la la la, and I went down, way, way down, lost my sight, and I almost lost the fight. Nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, no escape. crash and burn. La 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 la. Met a stranger on the road. He took me home. He took me home. There he taught me how to breathe. He made me see. He made me see. And I went down, way, way down. Lost my sight, but I did not lose the fight. No, I did not lose the fight. No, I did not lose the fight.
I love Robin. Every single one of her songs is so perfect. So as a spiritual person, and I just say that meaning spiritual seeker, and we all are, there's this divine restlessness, I think, that happens sometimes. And I say divine because I believe it's totally part of the plan. I love love. I love joy. And dwelling in gratitude brings me there faster and quicker than anything I know. And it gives me that enthusiasm for my life. It gives me energy. It gives me excitement. It's great for relationships. It's great for your work. And then there are times that there's that divine restlessness that's saying, something's off kilter. I need to recalibrate. So what's going on, and what do I need to do? And I totally believe that does not mean we're off the path. I think it means it's the next call. It's the next thing. It's showing up because it's your next thing to evolve you forward and move you forward in your life. And I told this story to our Wednesday group, fabulous group. You're welcome to drop in. 6:30 Wednesday right here. But in my office that I work in, there's been a lot of movement lately where a lot of people are going for various reasons. Nothing bad going on. But we have a wonderful environment, a lot of positive people, different things they contribute, as you would think in any little small society. There's, the flamboyant person that makes sure everybody's included and goes around and everybody's birthday is acknowledged. And if they're new, they're their go-to person, and they make that person feel welcome, and they take them around and introduce them to everybody else. And that person has retired. And, it's a wonderful thing, a reason that she got to leave. So we have a new person trading that position who is very much a light, but is, getting up to speed on his new position. There was another person that was just fun and kind of kept everybody in order and had all the answers, and she has moved on. And then there was this other person that was just hilarious and would be, the break everybody needed at lunchtime, and made everybody laugh so hard that we could hear it in the office when they were gathered in the break room, And he has gone and moved away, And so suddenly, then I have this office mate, and we solve all the world's problems in our conversations, and are quite the philosophers. And so we were talking, and he was... we were talking, and he was lamenting the fact of how the environment feels like it's changing because all these people have gone, and I just really have been contemplating that, because obviously I want to be a positive influence in there, but I'm a nose to the grindstone, and what do I have to do next? Box checker. And I went, this is up to us. We can't complain about it. This is a very specific case of be the change. Be the change you wish to see in the world, as Gandhi said. Be the change. And so those people going, what an opportunity for us to find our light and a different way to express it. You know, it's beyond me being pleasant to everyone, and I certainly say hello to everybody, and I try to help them feel included, and if they're new, I make sure I know who they are and avail myself to them. But there's a different call if we want to maintain or even elevate that environment. It's what else can I give here? You know, how do I improve it? I can't, you know, what's that saying about sitting in the dark and, you know, not turning on the light, cursing the darkness, you know? And so it's, if you find yourself in that environment, I think it's about what is this calling for me to do? What is the change that I need to make here to help contribute to what I wish to see here? And in my personal life, what is that? A friend of mine gave me this necklace that she made for me, and because I love hearts and she knows it. And I found myself reluctant to wear it because it was black. So in my mind, it was like a black heart. I don't know how I feel about that, right? And today, I'm going through my jewelry box and I went, wait a second, but the black is unknown. And so maybe it's about us learning more about our heart. What is in there? What is there that needs to be, what is unknown within me that I need to become aware of? Isn't that our path here, our journey, is discovering those parts of us that we haven't ignited yet, that we haven't called forth yet? And what parts do we still need to purge? You know, what part is it? And sometimes that may feel overwhelming. You know, we tend to not become aware of things because we're just afraid. If I know everything, then I'm responsible to do too much, and it's overwhelming, right? But I had a wise friend who happened to be a therapist who, my favorite phrase that she would say was, just break it up into manageable pieces. You don't have to do it all now. So, you know, it's like if your dear aunt passed and you went in and you were trying to help clear their place and there was stuff everywhere. You know, it would feel so overwhelming. But what if you could hear a voice that said, maybe someone's in charge and says, will you please just do that drawer? You know, and I think we have to start like that, just a bit at a time, and know that that will help. And then obviously when we do that, we get a little confidence and we go, yeah, that really wasn't so bad. I think I can do that. Let me take the dresser. I'll do that. Oh, okay. Wow, it's done. That felt great. What else can I do to help? You know, and I think we have to be kind to ourselves about change and just remind ourselves again that this is a process, that we have all of eternity. You have to be careful when you say that to people who like to procrastinate. I know from my own experience, right? But just to say that take it a bit at a time, and that there is an ebb and a flow to your energy. There are sometimes you need to back up and go watch a show or read a book and just refill and center and not be in charge of the world. And there are other times then you're ready to step forward. And then that takes me to my next point, is being the change. Again, I'm listening to the news, and I try not to do that too much. I mean, I want to know what's going on in the world, but it can be a little overwhelming if you hear everything. And right now we've got 3 major things going on in the world, more I'm sure, that I'm aware of that I feel like I need to take into prayer. My mom used to say, I've mentioned before, she's a great spiritual teacher, that responsibility is the ability to respond. It doesn't mean that you own the control of the world. It doesn't mean you're in charge of the outcome of everything you hear about. It means that you have an ability to respond and check back in and know your heart. Clear your heart. Just keep clearing your heart and ask, what is my role in this? Sometimes it's just to pray. Sometimes you may be moved to do some other thing. You know, sometimes you will feel like it's your calling, and you suddenly see something drops in and you realize you have a new direction. But when you don't know what to do, always start with prayer. Because prayer, you know, it sounds so, you know, I'll pray for you. It sounds so weak. because I believe our energy is everything. And it's where we focus our energy, our intention is everything. And so how many times have you seen, I think one of the good uses of Facebook is when someone says someone has passed in their life, or even an animalistic or whatever it may be, and suddenly they have 45 people saying, I'm praying for you, I've been there, what can I do? So-and-so passed, I'm bringing you food, whatever it may be, and it's a quick all call. So God uses all things for good. I think we can absolutely. And so what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to say when you need help. First of all, that cycle of giving and receiving, you're giving someone else an opportunity to learn giving. It can't be one way. If you only give, then how does anyone else learn to share their light? Just like with those people leaving, we have such an opportunity to figure out what our lights are in that environment. So I feel like I'm saying too much all at once because I'm getting excited. I get excited. So I have to calm down and just, okay. So I think some of it too is that we don't know what to do. And when we don't know what to do, and the prayer, if we're earnestly praying, I believe it's a two-way thing. So you're not just saying, I have concerns about this, God. And by the way, talk to God like he's your best friend. I've heard you say, Dad, I love that. To just say, this is what's going on in my world, and this doesn't feel good, and I'm mad right now, or I'm upset with myself right now. But then just try to breathe for a bit, and then allow yourself to listen. It's a two-way communication, even if it's just a feeling. I know there are times that I get so ruffled or I'm upset, and when I just breathe and allow for a moment, it's feeling more than words. It's a feeling of comfort. It's a feeling of all is well. And then I'll feel affirmations come in, and they could be my words. They could be someone else's words. They can be words I've never heard before. But there's a feeling. And that's what matters, is our experience of it. We can have all the right words. That doesn't matter until we bring it into our experience. And so one of the things I thought, I feel like that when we want to take a step forward and we're not sure what to do, I think you have to do something, even if it's a small thing. And part of the reason I say that is my fear was to do the wrong thing. I always felt like everything was going to be written in stone. So if I start walking that way, I'm committed to that way. And what if it's the wrong way? Breathe. Do something. And if your intention is good will come of it. You may learn that's not the way you want to go, but you can course correct sooner with the awareness, right? And so, and in the thought of course correcting, I love to think of God as that GPS, that prayer, that checking in like the GPS. And I love the GPS. My family's like, yeah, she uses that way too much. We know how to get there, but I'm like, but there may be a traffic update or something that I need to know about. So anyway, I like to use the GPS. But the fun thing that I've noticed about it, you can be in the garage, you can be in the like a parking area or something, and you plug it in and you tell it where you want to go, and you hit start. And it's not really saying a lot, or it may say head southwest or whatever, but really it doesn't kick in till you start moving, because it needs to understand what direction you're going. And I think that's like our intent. Sometimes until we put steps to it, we don't get the inspiration to say, yes, that's right, or wait, make a U-turn. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we just don't get those next steps. Sometimes they don't drop in until we show we mean business, because we're moving. We have to move to show that intent. That's been very powerful for me, because it also helps with the whole feeling like I might go the wrong way, right? It's like if I'm checking in every day with in my prayer and my spiritual connection, and sometimes it's a moment. Sometimes it is just a moment. I'm walking down the hall, at work, and I'm just like breathing and saying, okay, where am I now? Or let me let that go. Or, what do I really most need to be doing? Let me let go. Oh, I've noticed there's a little stress there. Can I let that go? So checking in can take a while or a moment. It's all about just giving ourselves an opportunity to do that. Let me get my glasses a second here. So, oh yes, and so when I talk about that daily check-in, think about this, because sometimes, you know, if you, say you were to take a shower, and maybe a few days later, you're kind of going, well, I took a shower on Monday, I'm okay, I'm good. Well, wouldn't that be like us coming here, maybe on a Sunday, or going to a class or whatever? There's a point, you know, if I, you know, I'm not off if I need to check in every day. That doesn't mean I'm just letting go of whatever came my way that day, the dirt that doesn't belong to me, right? I'm just letting that go. It's like a spiritual shower. I'm letting it go. I'm recentering. Doesn't mean I'm wrong because I have to take that moment, take a breath, remind myself. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It means I need to center. It's just a reminder. This is my intention. And maybe I want to try a new fragrance and see if that suits me better, right? Who knows? The analogies. I love analogies. So, but my point is to not judge yourself for any calibration that you need. If you need therapy, if you need friendship, if you need to talk it out, if you need to purge something, it's all part of that process of staying clear and recentering and refocusing. And you may see sometimes you need to go a different way, just like moving in your house, you know. Sometimes a big shift needs to happen, but you're going to be aware of it sooner, and it's going to be a lot less painful if there's a daily awareness or a daily check-in in some way. So on that thought of loving with all of your heart and becoming more aware of what is in your heart, I think all of us here, I know these beautiful people that they love with all their hearts, and they have different talents and awarenesses, and you who may be listening, you have different talents and awarenesses, so shining from where you are. The other part of clearing your energy every day is like cleaning off your windshield. You're going to be able to see better. You're going to have more clarity of how to purge, how to go through your own closet once in a while, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean you're moving, right? You just want more clarity. What can I let go of? What no longer serves me? What old thought is there that's just been hanging around, taking up space, that doesn't really have a function anymore? I can let it go. Maybe someone else can use it. Maybe it just needs to be trashed. You know, maybe I'm thinking of a story where my father told us he has a life alert, and he had, luckily, a couple of them. And one he was telling us this story about accidentally dropping it in the toilet. So he picks it up, and he's a great storyteller. So he picks it up and dries it off, cleans it off, whatever he has to do to it. And he goes, well, I don't know if this thing is still working. Well, the light's still on. I guess it's fine. So in the middle of the night, he sees sirens, and there's banging on the door, and it's the police that are coming to check on him because the life alert calls 911. Well, apparently, it was dialing 911 over and over and over again. And he didn't know. And so what's hilarious to me is then he tells this elaborate story of all the things he was trying to do to make it stop, and eventually had to take it out in the garage and take a hammer to it and just demolish the thing and be done with it. You know, and so I think different things as we're purging, that just came to my mind when I was talking about purging, that sometimes you have to take a hammer to it, to, you know, to say, I am done with that. And that's that deep work that sometimes we're called to do. Some things are easier to let go of than others. That is very, very true. And, but, you know, so we have many tools at our disposal to do this. But encouraging that, and that's another thing. Sometimes when I don't know what to do, but I need to do something, it's, you can kind of work it from both ends. It's what do I need? Let me breathe in that love, and where can I love and where can I serve? And then sometimes it's just what can I get rid of? What do I need to let go of? It's like that in-breath and the out-breath, isn't it? So it's like bringing in more and more love and more joy and more connectedness and more relationship, healing energy. And then there are times that it's just, nope, that is not mine. And when I did that, I was thinking of Kim talking about letting go of the crumbs, right? Letting go of those crumbs and opening up to the juicy stuff, So, so if we're all one, change is happening, but we align our will with that will of God, then we're lifting the all. And I was thinking when I was listening to Robin's song about shining our light, and that's something that I see and think of and quote so many times, is about shining our individual light and polishing how we bless the world and getting more and more clarity around that and just pouring that out. And then I was thinking about focusing. That I was taking some pictures when we were at my dad's recently of the sun on the water. And there was that point when you're looking at it, it's almost blinding. It's so bright. And I noticed that when I took a video of it, my camera used a filter when it crossed that brightest part so that it wouldn't, be so jarring. And I thought, isn't that kind of what we do? The truth is so much more than we know. Then aren't we, as we are individuated here, kind of putting a filter on that, right? And we're still magnificent and we're still shedding our light, but it's together that it's so bright. It's manageable this way. I think there's something in that I want to explore some more, that somehow the focusing allows us to be able to see more clearly and experience in a more individual way what you have to give and what I have to give. There's something in that I want to explore, that maybe we're the way the light is filtered in a way that's accessible, that somehow is more meaningful, that allows us to see what really is, and it isn't overwhelming, that it's all at once. So being the change that we want to see in the world. I'd like to spend a little time feeling into that, if you don't mind. I love meditations. So I could do a quick little one, but I'd rather do just a couple more minutes if you feel comfortable with that. So I want you to return your thoughts, if you close your eyes with me, and return your thoughts to what you tuned into in the very beginning. What is it you want? What is it where you might have been feeling lack or desiring a shifting in your world? So take it to your own personal heart and your personal experience in this time. See that light filling that area. Again, you don't have to know what that light is exactly. This is that part where we're giving over the Jesus take the wheel part, right? Putting God first. And obviously we want to be conscious, but we don't need to control. We allow our conscious awareness to just swim for a moment in this sea of possibilities. That there are answers and resolutions and healings for all things. That the truth of our being is that we are whole, perfect, and complete. The lack is the illusion. The lack is only that little arrow that says, please walk here and fill me up. I open my arms to receive that which I need to experience the wholeness that I already am. I open my mind that ideas pop in as they need to for my wholeness and for my next steps. I trust that divine creator that orders my steps. I trust myself to hear what I next need to do. I trust others around me to play out their parts as they will, and that I know how to touch in with them. How can I help? How can I listen and learn? How can I offer healing? Trust. Relaxing. What does healing look like to you right now? Can you listen to your body and ask it what it wants? Does it need attention anywhere? And let's think of our world at this time, that the pain points, just like in our body, they're asking for something. They're asking for healing. That in truth, we are all God's children. We are all held in the light, equally valuable, loved, treasured. How can we bless? And those pain points, just calling our attention to where healing needs to happen. Can we just pour the sense of well-being to these places for a start? Can we clear our hearts so that we may love more? We release any sense of resistance to goodness. Goodness is the aim, the goal, right? It's what is, but our goal is to know it and to feel it and to be it. To be all of that in the world. So allow some peace to come to your heart at this time. Breathe in and breathe out. God, in and of itself, is holding all ones on this planet in light in this moment. And in this very moment, many, many hearts are pouring love and light and healing and intention of good into all corners of the earth. And in you, likewise, if this body you wear at this moment is a world unto itself, picture this healing going on, that there is no part you would hold apart from you, that this system that is your body, mind, spirit, emotions, all of it, wherever there needs to be lifting and healing in this time, that is pouring forth, lifting up as it needs to, divine intelligence, knowing what adjustments to make. And let's picture that again out into the world, that where light and healing and love needs to happen, divine order moves to that place, and it moves through us as well, individually, to know what to do in our body, in our world. We know what to do to bring about healing and wholeness. Healing, again, just being the recognition of the wholeness, the expression of the perfection we are offered at every moment. Breathe that more deeply into your body. Wherever you have tension, wherever you have concerns, let your stomach and your heart feel the truth. We bring in what we think we have need of at this time. We breathe out anything we no longer have need of, both consciously and unconsciously. If you don't need it, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Likewise, we recognize our world as a living organism, breathing in that life from all around. Picture the energy flows that happen around the world. Both naturally, all those lights, that we know are around the planet all the time. And all the beings beyond that love and support and pray for us. and all the ones on the planet uniting at this time for resolution, healing and wholeness, within and without, within and without. We are one, it is true. We experience our oneness, and we experience this grand personality that we have embodied in this time. Releasing those parts of it that maybe are the rough edges that we've wanted to heal. And boosting those parts of us that we know are blessing when we let them shine. Trust the ebb and flow of your energy when you need to refill and recalibrate, just like you need to sleep every night. Sometimes you just need to step back and refill. And then I'm going in. I'm going in. It's time to love. It's time to bless. It's time to heal. So very gently bring your awareness back to this room and this place. Trust that as you go into meditations, more of this will be revealed to you. What are my steps in this moment? When you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. What are my steps? What is mine to do? And what is mine not to do? Do something. Just do something and the guidance will come. Do something and the next step will be revealed. Refill, recharge, just like you would feed your body. You know, they say water signifies consciousness, so that's refilling the consciousness. You know, and our food fuels our body, so what are we doing to bless this vehicle that carries us around? How can we bless each other? How can we unite? Just eyes open, and having the wisdom and the willingness to see. I think wisdom, a lot of wisdom is just willingness. Willingness to see the next step. So let's just say thank you, Mother, Father, God, for vision, for direction, that we can see that no matter what appears to be going on in earth, it's all about how are we connected and how can we lift. How are we connected and how can we lift? We can practice in our personal lives. I'm excited about some ideas I'm having for my office, right? Or my home, to beautify, to uplift, to keep it a haven. To think about how you exercise these things in your world and beyond. Thank you for listening. Walk in love. Okay. Okay, well, I have the next part, so I shouldn't have exited stage left. Okay. So this is the time, perfectly, that we bring in the prayers that we want to make for other people. So if you want to say words out loud, people that you want to hold in the love and the light in this time, please feel free to say those now.
Juan Fuentes.
My friend Lorraine. Linda and Josh.
John, James, and Joseph.
And I know each of you are holding more people in your hearts this time, and we speak the word for anyone who's listening at home right now. And all of our cares and concerns about those things going on in the world right now. Let's hold that all in vision at this time. We've kind of done it in our previous prayer, but let's just do it again. all of these people and anyone that we know of, anyone that maybe in secret is suffering. We hold them in the light of comfort. We hold them in the light of truth and healing. We speak the word, and the word is good. Goodness. The word of the day is goodness. Love and light and peace are theirs. We see them in their wholeness. Imagine them being able to do all things. Clarity, joy, see them with smiles on their faces. See them with healed and whole and perfect bodies. See them with hearts that are light and satisfied, with direction and excitement and the joy of life. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Okay, so now's the time also that we celebrate. Let's do the celebration of giving. And if you have offerings at this time, there's a banner on the bottom of the screen if you're at home. Let's say the celebration of giving together, please. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all the good that I am and have, all the good that I give and receive, and so it is. Okay.
I remember who I am. I remember the light inside of me, yeah. And I remember what I am. I remember the spirit in me. I remember. I remember, I remember, I remember, I remember, I remember who I am. Whoa, whoa. And I am thankful for who I am. I am thankful for the light inside of me, yeah. And I am grateful for what I am. I am grateful for the spirit in me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for who I am. Whoa, whoa. Oh, oh, oh. Well, I remember. I remember. I remember. Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Remember, remember, remember. Oh, remember, 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 oh, remember, oh, remember, remember who you are.
Ah, I always feel blissed out after I hear Robin. So that's perfect for the gratitude, because she was saying, I am grateful over and over again. So in this moment, we bless those tithes and offerings, the time, talent, treasures, everything that's been given to this wonderful, magnificent spiritual center. We are grateful. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. We live in gratitude. We have all we need, and all is well. Okay. And now we will have the mission and vision.
If you'll repeat it with me, vision and mission statement. We are
Unity Spiritual Center, Saxby. We are a thriving global community of spiritual seekers, transforming lives through love and the expression of our innately divine gifts. Our mission is to inspire spiritual and personal growth through the teaching and demonstration of unity principles toward the realization of living our best lives. Divine wisdom is at work in every area of our lives right now. Everything is always working out for us. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're finishing up a little bit. Does anyone have any announcements or anything? Do you have anything, Fred? Okay.
All right.
Prepare to be entertained.
My biggest fan. Okay, I'll tell a quick story. And I don't want to offend anybody if you're blonde, but it's the only way to tell this story. There was a blonde lady that was out weed eating in her garden, and unfortunately, her cat was over there, and she cut off the tail of her cat. So she grabs the cat, and she grabs the tail, and she takes off running. And the woman next door said, "Where are you going?" She said, "Well, I'm going to Walmart." And she said, "Walmart?" She said, "Duh, they're the largest retailer in the world." And I will give you the number of the person that told me that joke. And she was not blind, by the way. Couple things. The brick orders that we've already gotten in are on the table. They'll be out there for a couple weeks before we get them installed, because we got a few more that are coming in. And I want everybody that is here to call their attention. We talked this morning, Pete and I, and we decided that it would be best if we would go ahead and display all of the flags for all the armed forces out front, in honor of the unfortunate incident that happened where we had several that passed away. It's our way of saying thank you for your service, and we're so sorry that it's happened. So just if you want to take a picture of it, it would be great. If you want to repost it, it would be fine. I think it was our way of trying to honor those people. And by the way, thank you so much, Deborah. Your talk today was very inspiring and very good.
Thank you so much. And I already knew this morning that I wanted to talk about Be the Change, but with all of that going on in the world, it just seemed very appropriate because everything that felt like it was on high alert. So how do you address that? It's an inside job, right? So one step at a time. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for the love and the light that you each put out into the world. We're doing this, we're all in this together, and we're doing it. It's happening. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Be the change and walk in love. Namaste.